What's up, everybody? Welcome to Real Unplugged. I am your favorite girl, V, and today I am with who else? Trona and Ashley, of course. All right, girls. So today we're going to talk about relationship and experiences that shape us to be who we are today. Okay. So let's get into it. You ready?
Yeah.
First, looking back on relationships, what relationship taught you the biggest lesson about yourself? What did you learn and how did it change you? Either one of y'all can go.
Come on.
I'm just saying.
Oh man, this could be like friendship.
Friendship, relationship, anything. I can go first.
Okay.
I can go back on a relationship that changed me, and I can tell you what I learned.
Okay.
My biggest lesson in a relationship is, in my past relationship was, showing up too much for the wrong people. That makes sense. Or like, especially when it comes to friends, like always jumping to their beat, trying to go ahead and do everything for them, like to support them, overly supporting them when they don't even give me that support back. That part in a friendship. In a relationship, I think that my biggest lesson was, and not saying you're not supposed to care about your relationship now, but I think I learned how to guide myself or my heart a little more now, because I felt like in my past relationship, I just felt like it was like, I did the same in a friendship with a relationship, like always, going to their beg and need, and every time they needed me to do something, I'm going to do it, try to help them out, whatever, and they wouldn't show me no appreciation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that would be one. And I learned, like I said, I learned not to do that no more. I learned to do what I'm told, right? Or do what, not what I'm told, but do what is being done for me. Say it that way. And I also learned that how to talk to people in a relationship too a little better. Because I was like kind of real rough with the mouth or whatever, always going off on what the streets would tell me versus having a conversation with my partner and saying like, hey, what's going on, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So that. Go ahead.
For me, I'd have to say maybe my current relationship status has taught me, like you said, I don't have to do too much. I remember like in my past, I would be, just willing to like bend, and just putting a lot into a relationship, building people up or whatever. And honestly, just building them up to just go be with somebody else.
Right. That's definitely what you do.
Pace. But like in my current relationship, like, it was at the point where like it wasn't like I didn't have to even ask. All I have to do is say, I want, and it was just right there at my reach or whatever. So that just kind of taught me like just not to have to. You don't have to always settle for less. Like you don't gotta like be settling just to be with somebody, because there's someone out there that's willing to do the work or willing to treat you like you're supposed to be treated, like you should be treated. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, that definitely, has taught me as far as like relationships. As I could say, like with friends, I'm gonna just say the same thing as you. Like I can remember a time where, no matter when, and honestly, I'm still like that a little bit, but I've kind of put caps on it. But like I'm always showing up for my friends. Like I can remember like just being to every single thing some of my friends had, and and I'm talking about 20 years plus of a friendship, and I can count on one hand maybe the events that I've had or the big moments in my life that my friends showed up for me. So it's almost like, it's me. I'm gonna start reciprocating that stuff. I started
Right.
just to learn to say, like, and I'm not a tit for tat person, but at the same time, like, I can't continue. It's draining to continue to show up for people who's not showing up for you. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's just what I learned.
Yeah. So I agree with both of what y'all saying too, because for me, if I'm thinking about like a romantic relationship with somebody, I think what I learned is to just be more direct in my communication and not hold stuff in. Because in the past, I would just let a lot of stuff go, or I had a mindset that like I'm only gonna ask you to do something one time, but if you forget, then I ain't gonna ask you. I'm just gonna do it myself. So I think just communicating more clearly what my expectations are when I'm dealing with somebody romantically, and just making sure like up front, like, hey, these are the non-negotiables, these are the things I'm expecting, and either you gonna accept them and be with me, or you gonna not accept them and move on, which is fine. And I think when you communicate up front, it kind of sometimes it negates going through all of the heartaches of when you find out later on what a person is really like.
Right.
And then as far as friendship go, I'm the same way, because I felt like in my younger age, I had more friends that were taking advantage of me. So because I am the type of person that shows up for people. So now I just kind of think about like, how loyal has this person been to me? What does this person pour into me? Because if it's not going to be a reciprocal thing, then I'm just not going to be your friend. Like, I'm going to let you go on. I'm going to pray and bless you forever in the day, but we ain't going to really be friends. Like, I'm just going to fall back off of you on that.
Right. And you know what thing? Another thing, I think that in a relationship, I am happy. This is what taught for real. One relationship taught me this. I hate a man that is so friendly. I can't stand
Oh, like friendly with girls?
friendly with, yeah, and just always doing things like
Yeah.
just for that attention. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because, my ex-boyfriend was like that. Just always wanting to be in the middle of, the center of attention. That was annoying. Because
I don't even want to be with a
if
friend
you
that like that.
right, because if you just always, and see, and I felt like a part of me felt like that attention was to get attention from women. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
You do enough trying to be a clown, but really it ain't even cute, because you really look kind of stupid. I really That one thing taught that taught me too. I hate a overly friendly boyfriend, or I say partner, and a friend, because a friend that trying to be in the middle of your day, get on my nerves.
Yeah.
Don't like nothing about it. So that's one of them too. That's two of them. I'll say that. Okay. So what was one red flag you ignored in the past that you will never ignore again?
How many red flags? I don't ignore.
Yeah, like I said, how many red flags? But I'd have to say, like, just small things, like you said, being over friendly, and then kind of like, I remember I was talking to this guy, whatever, and like we were just talking about something so small. He was like talking about his kids, or just dealing with his kids, and he would always be like, "Oh, I gotta go." Like, I remember he calling me and saying he was out to eat with his son, but his son was like 2. And I'm like, well, who take the baby out to eat? Like, who you out to eat with, really?
Right.
So I think for me, red flags is like just being too somebody who's too involved with their exes, their baby mamas. Like, you can be there for your kids and you ain't gotta do all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a baby. I ain't gonna say I'm a baby mom, but my daughter dad, like, we do everything for her, but we do not go out. We do not hang out. We are not going out to eat or nothing. Like, we ain't even talk on the phone no more because she can talk herself. But like, I think for me, red flags is like you say, a overly just a person who love attention, want to be in everybody's space, want to be liked by everybody.
I hate
For me,
that.
that's a person who just craves attention, and just they're not gonna be loyal to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think there's no loyalty to that, because like I said again, it was always, I remember he was just always focused on, he was pretending like it was all about his kids, but I think it was just excuses to be involved with his exes, if that makes sense. Like, wanting to stay relevant to him or whatever.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, and then like, I remember like having a time we were just talking about like Valentine's Day or whatever, and I made a joke and I was like, "Oh, what you get me for Valentine's Day?" No, I ain't say that. I was like, "What you getting everybody for Valentine's Day?" or something like that. I ain't getting nobody nothing for Valentine's Day with my kids. And it started going off and going
Oh no,
crazy.
he didn't.
I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, wait. We just having a conversation. We just talking.
Right.
But like,
What's wrong
if
with
we just talking about a gift, and like a Valentine's gift could damn be like a card. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
it ain't got to be nothing big.
Elaborate.
But if you getting excited about me just asking that's a red flag for me. Because baby, I already know you don't.
Like
you
being
don't.
defensive.
You don't want to do nothing. You just want to come lay up on me, but you don't want to do nothing. And right there, that's a red flag for me. But I don't care what people think when it comes to, oh, you just want to be with somebody who could take care of you. Yes, that's what I want. I don't want nobody. I'm
Ain't
serious.
nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with
Nobody
it.
that can't do nothing for me. And like when you always making excuses about money, or even like I got so many stories now that I'm thinking about
Tell
it.
him.
But like when you making excuses about money, or even so much, I can remember like I don't know where it was at. He had called me or whatever. He was like, oh, I lost my debit card. I'm gonna tell you, losing your debit card is one of the oldest tricks in the
The oldest lie.
because first of all,
Just on the phone.
Now
you got them on your phones. You can go to the bank
and get it the same day.
and get them the same day. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, let me just say this. When I just recently lost my phone, I did have lost all access to my stuff because, honestly, I don't have my debit card anymore. God knows I don't know where they at. But I have my phone because I tap a lot. So
Yeah.
I didn't have access to my stuff because they were still loaded on my phone. But in this particular case, he was claiming like, oh, he lost his car. So he's like, can you send me $20? I'm going to send it back. So I said $200 with her. I was like, okay, you want to send it back because you got to get your card. So you say, so I was like, I heard. I see my mom like, Tron, you know this ain't even true. You know this a lie. You know he is. So a couple of days passed or whatever. I ain't even get my money back.
You asked. I know you did.
You damn right. So I was like, when you gonna send my money back? And he was like, oh, you over there acting like this. I said, acting like what? Nigga,
Yes,
I need
I
my
am.
money back. Yeah,
Right.
give me my money back. Like,
Right.
this is not that. Like, I'm not giving you no money. Like, I need you to bring my money back. He got a big attitude or whatever about me asking him for my money back. And I'm like, baby, I will buy you a gift. I will even, if you get you something or whatever, if you need
Yeah.
me. But you're not just going to be taking no money from me or whatever you got to do. You out there flogging like you did.
Right, especially not $200.
Like, no.
This ain't
no
20.
dollar, no,
But my
dollar.
thing is, it's not 20.
But yeah,
Come
it
on.
was like,
Yeah.
and then like,
Nah, it's the
so
principle.
it was.
Right.
I had to ask him weeks at a time to get my money back, and he finally gave it back to me. He's like, "Oh, you carrying on?" I said, "Well, you can say what I want. If you think I'm carrying on, that's on you. But I need my money back."
Yeah, no, yeah.
And I remember,
right.
oh y'all, I ain't even finished. I remember right. I remember when he was like, it was like Christmas time, and he was like, you know what? Don't worry about nothing for Christmas or whatever, because save your money up. You said you was wanting to save your money up for some stuff or whatever. This is all during that time. So when he had got my money, and I asked my money back, he was like, oh, and you was acting like you want to get me something for Christmas, but you caring about the money. Didn't you tell me to keep my money?
Right.
Give me my money.
Right, he was trying to do everything now to pay you back. That what it
So
seemed
that
like.
was a red flag for me.
Yeah.
When you know men up there making excuses not to spend money and just, you know what I'm saying, acting real peculiar when it comes to the money situation, baby. You don't got it. Like, and I'm fine with, I'm never judging nobody who don't have it. But you're not gonna lay on my dime. I feel like this boy's trying to lay on my dime. I'm like, oh, I ain't used to this. I'm like, you got to go. I ain't starting to get sick. I was like, you got to. I'm for real. He was up here. He was literally, but pretending like he was all this and that in the third. He was do this and that in the third. Oh, hi, this and that. But baby, that was a red flag for me. I'm telling you, borrow my money and don't pay me back. You was at my mama.
But did you get it back?
Hell yeah, come on. I was playing. Yes, you will get my money back. I'm not playing with you. Give me my money back. I'm not giving you no money. You're not my child. And this is the way he did it. Like,
Right.
he was getting it, saying, like, you lying. Like, no, give me my money back. And then to get an attitude because I asked, I think that made me even more mad because, first of all, I'm a single mother. You don't even know what kind of money I got to be giving. $200 ain't no little bit of money.
Right.
So, no, boy, get my money back. So, that was definitely a red flag, y'all. So, run.
Run for that. Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. For me, red flag. I think, even though I hear people say a lot of times, and it is true. For real. When people tell you something about somebody, look into it. It's something you need to look into it.
Oh, yes.
It's some truth
It's a
to
lot
whatever
of
somebody
truth
tell
that's
you. Now, everything may not be true,
Right.
but something about that story was true.
Right.
You feel me? That is one thing I've learned. One red flag for me. And I think another one would be, I would say, shoot, that's probably it right there. I mean, not that you believe everything somebody say, but you gotta look into it because
I definitely agree with that.
people, I would tell people this all the time. If a person show you something the first time, you better believe it.
True indeed.
Believe it.
It's definitely something going
But
on.
even
with it.
if somebody, if people mention stuff, like she said, to piggyback off of that, if somebody mentions something about that person, 9 times out of 10, a lot of it is true.
Right, and don't get me wrong, my relationship with that person might not be your relationship with that person, and I get it. But I came to learn that men and women, if you pay attention to a person that, like, say for instance, the guy you talk to, right? Let's say that. If you pay attention to people, right? If he was to go with somebody else, another woman, they would gas him, they would put him on Facebook, this and that third. But really, that woman is the person doing all that. He probably the same exact person he was when I was talking to him, right? Mm-hmm. So, really, what you really getting from it? Like, you know, people, we say our relationship ain't the same with other people.
We were just saying. That's what I was
and you got to have these people that want to change at the same time. Like, so everybody's relationship won't be the same, but if you got a person that don't want to change and still want to be the same thing, it's not gonna.
Right.
It's the
that
same.
was just what I was saying too about building people. Like, you building up the man, and then he out here doing all that crazy stuff. See what I'm saying? You making him look like he's doing this for you, he's doing that for you. When in actuality, you really, you know, you
doing it for yourself.
breadwinner. You the one making all these
Because you
things
don't want
up.
to look bad, so you trying to make him look
And
bad.
I must not say it's just because everybody got, you know, you hopefully you wishfully thinking that he would change for what you want him to be, right? Because you got some people that just don't know, and I really feel like sometimes now it's not an excuse, like, because I feel like if I keep reiterating, like, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that, something in your mind got to click and say, well, let me take her somewhere. Let me do this for her. Let me do this because she always saying something about what she wants. You know what I'm saying? So let's change that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I don't know. I just feel like, you know, when people say stuff, you better think about it.
Believe it. Even when they tell you themselves, sometimes people tell you themselves in a joking way.
Yeah.
They be serious as heck.
Right.
Like, believe them. Yeah. So,
just like even the perfect example. The first time he asked him for $200 and he didn't put it back.
you never gave him
Give him more money. I already knew. I knew it was bad right there. I knew it was bad. I was like, oh Lord, what I got myself into.
Yeah. So my red flag would be something like, if I'm talking to you and I can't never meet your friend, or I'm only meeting your friends, I never meet your family.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How long though? Because I might be giving up red flags.
We grown now, right? So I would say,
yeah, you give up red flags. It's not you might be, you are.
But I don't know.
I
I'm
won't be letting
thinking
nobody
if
come
we
around my family like that.
talking, well, you older now, so you would know if you talking to somebody for like 3 months or 6 months, and you getting serious with them, but you can't never meet their family, but you only get to meet their
homeboys, money homegirls. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
and I don't feel like you should bring everybody around your family.
Not.
But
But you
I feel like if you dating somebody for a year,
yeah,
and you ain't never met the family, all right. Year one, I'm like, hey, when I meet your mama or your daddy, something.
Yeah,
even with a man that got kids and you never see the kids,
yeah,
red flag.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna think like, where your kids at?
Now,
you gonna get them?
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like we grown, so you know if you want me to be with you or if you don't. And so if you don't bring me around the people that you care most about, then to me that means I really ain't important to you. Cause wouldn't you want, like me, if I care about you, I want you to meet the people I care about so you can see, like, do you fit with them? Do you mingle with them? Do y'all mesh?
Yeah.
So if you don't take me around your folks, then that to me is a red flag. Like, yeah, you ain't really trying to do nothing with me. Not make no serious moves.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
So, what unhealthy habits do you have in a relationship that you've grown out of today? I would say all that craziness for me. I was busting windows. I was flattening
Lord,
tires. I was acting a fool. Yes, I ain't gonna.
I'm
It is
glad.
what it is. I have
Yeah, no.
changed.
Thank you.
I've changed because let me tell you something. That stuff is real. I got locked up. I did. I got locked up, but it's okay because I learned from everything I did. I've got locked up. I bust windows out and all that, and I really felt like it was just pointless because I don't be talking to the person no more. You know what I'm saying?
Because if you're right.
It was very pointless, but I just when you're younger, you just thinking like, ooh, it's just a reaction, and you're trying to make somebody hurt just as much as they hurt you.
Yeah.
I think that was going on in my head. But yeah, I don't. Do I regret the stuff? No, but I wouldn't do it no more.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it
I
again.
think mine is like doing stuff too fast for people or too soon. Like
Pouring into them too fast.
like giving too much too early.
Yeah,
And then you do all of that, and it don't be reciprocated, or you do all of that for nothing. Y'all ain't even together. Like,
I do agree with
I don't
that
do
though
that
because
no
my
more.
things I feel like
done doing
if again. Why we doing so much for people that ain't trying to even show us they're gonna do a little bit for us?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I do agree with that. Like I do feel like sometimes you do pour into something for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
For me, I think mine would have to be like the way I've talked to people. My mouth could be so reckless, and I'm not gonna lie, like it can still get there, but I have really worked on that because that's not good. Look, you just cussing people out, like your man and stuff out. Like I used to really do
Yeah,
that.
make your man look weak.
Cursing them out. and
For
all
real, that make a man look crazy. Like how you talking to me out your neck crazy? I'm supposed to be your protector. Like, come on, pipe down.
cussing out and just ready to snap off and talk, snap off on people for every little thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I still can get there, but I'm really working on that. And so it just made me a better person, made me feel better instead of like, because you don't always want to be the person that's the problem.
Yeah.
And I feel like even though sometimes I didn't feel like I was always a problem, but when you so outspoken like that, people they
can't make you
tend
think.
to like just not really respect it. It's just looking at it as
You-
you just speaking up. They just always looking at it as you always got something to say. And so that's one thing I'm just glad I just kind of like toned down and piped down my business. That's just that.
yeah,
Yeah, I think so too.
came a long way.
Who? Shauna? She did. I mean, I just feel like, you think about it. The people that we dated back in the day were wow.
Jesus.
Because one time I was talking to Deja Vet and she was like, oh, Vino, when you used to talk to such and such, you was like this. But now you talk to Jason, you not like this no more. I was like, because I've been in them clubs fighting behind that man. You know what I'm saying? I act that way that his action was causing my reaction. So, I was acting that way. But then also, when I started dating Jason, right? We had an argument about something. And he really had got really, really mad at me, right? And it was the way I was speaking to him. Like, I was just saying, like, being crazy out my mouth. And I was like, you know what? And it kind of like taught me a lesson. I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna never talk to nobody like that again, because what he did was like show me that what he was gonna allow and what he was not gonna allow, right? And I was like, you know what? I took that from my past relationship, and now I don't want to do that in my relationship now, because you can lose a good thing because of the way you talking to people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But sometimes I'm not gonna say that I still say how I feel, but I just do it differently. If that makes sense, All right, but yeah, that's it. When did you realize healing had to happen before you moved into your next relationship?
Sheesh. That's what I'm still working on.
I was about to say, sometimes I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't even know if it's a healing thing. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I say, when you say that, I don't know if I can even speak on that properly, because I think as far as relationships, I probably been like super like hurt, upset when I was dating in high school, like when I was dating Ron or something like that. I think that shattered my feeling, my and I think it bothered me so much because he was doing he was doing all the stuff around with the girls in our little community. People was talking about it, so it was a lot for me. And I think when I had started dating Leonard in college, like just because it was just so embarrassing, but I'm thinking like I'm saying healing, like I don't even think I really even suffered that bad for no healing. I don't think maybe I ain't got hurt like I was supposed to.
I'm not saying. Well, it could be right. And I guess it's not. I guess the word should have been besides healing is like growth. You get what I'm saying? Because even though I feel like this right here, I have been in a relationship with people, and there are people that I had like really really cared for, and I felt like, I felt like if I would have allowed myself to stay there or like to just keep dealing with some of the things and not just saying, you know what, think about yourself sometimes. Stop worrying about a man or whatever. I probably would have still been in that same situation. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. You got to think about what you want different. Like, sometimes you got to think about like, man, that person don't want to do nothing different. All you want to do is this, and that. You got to think about stuff like that. So I think it's like growth too versus healing. So I guess when you grow, you heal. At the same time, you do.
I guess so.
Because you think about it. Like, you sit here, you dealing with a person that just don't want to do nothing different, and then here you go trying to like help both of y'all grow, and it's still pulling you back. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to do nothing different. They don't want to change.
Right.
So I think it's that, and then you realize it when you found. I feel like I realized it when, I realized that I got everything I really want to have without the headache at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can find a person that is for you, that can be your person, and your person don't have to be the popular person or the person that's in the streets or, well known. You gotta be with nobody that's, you can just be your own self. And when God start to give you everything you want in life, then you be like, you know what? That person was holding me back. And that's like a part of growth and healing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, for sure. I get it.
And I think for me, it's like you start thinking about get you another one to get over the other one, right?
Yeah.
And so now it's more like be by yourself and learn how to be okay with being alone, so that when you do get with someone, you can actually appreciate the person. Because if you just getting with somebody to get over the other person, you just feeling the void because you trying to have somebody in your life, a companion or something like that. So for me, it's about, and maybe that's why I'm by myself, because I'm just trying to figure out like this time I don't want somebody else to come in and fill the void that I felt like maybe was missed from being with somebody. I just want to learn how to just be okay with doing what I want to do, going home, hanging out, whatever, like everything on my terms. Mm-hmm. And so I think for me, it's just like that, like just being okay with being by myself.
That was pretty good. Trust me, I like that.
No, for real, because she's right. Like I've caught myself several times doing it. Like I would just talk to somebody because so maybe that was it too. Maybe that's why I didn't really necessarily feel like I was healing. I just moved to the next person.
Yeah. That's probably what it was. How has your relationship with God changed the way you date and love people?
But I'll just say this. I'm still learning, and I am trying to get a better walk, I guess, or I better understand. This is a better relationship with God. So like, I'm still learning. So like, I ain't gonna say I'm not there yet, but I'm just like, I'm in progress of just trying to get where I need to be with God, so that I can like you said, make my relationship better. Like that, I think when you when you get a better relationship and a better understanding of God, I think everything else falls into place. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, like, and I think for me, and this is kind of off subject, I think I kind of want somebody who know God too eventually. If I ever got there, I think I would want somebody who knows God too, so that we could just walk together instead of just trying to teach or trying to push it on people. I ain't gonna say pushing on people, but I just feel like sometimes and I know I'm getting off topic, but I know sometimes that people that know the Bible and they know God, they push it on people so heavy that don't. And it almost come like it always almost like
A turn off.
it's a turn off. You know what I'm saying? So I think just my relationship personally just trying to get better. So like I said, because once I gain a real relationship with a real sincere relationship with God, I think it just make me a better person to be in any relationship.
Right.
You don't even have to be like a romantic relationship. It could just be a friendship, a mother, sister, whatever. So that's my thought on it.
So I think I believe in God, and I'm not gonna be with nobody else that don't believe in Jesus. Like, it's just we got to be on the same page, right? But I also feel like when you grow spiritually, God will make you see things, and he will take things out of your life to prepare you for stuff that's bigger and better. And so I think a lot of that, when you grow in your relationship with God, he do like shedding, like, you know, you lose a lot of things you think you want. And sometimes it's very hard because you could be in a friendship with somebody and then you can realize like, oh, this person really just is not serving the greater good in my life. And the same thing with a romantic relationship. The closer you get with God, sometimes he will reveal to you that you might feel strongly for this person, but this person does not mean any good to your life. And so I feel like, you know, I want to be with the person that God made for me. And I feel like God made a person for me. Now, where is he? I don't know.
That's my thing.
You know
Like,
what I'm
so,
saying? But I do try to be more discerning.
And see, that's what I said. Like,
it's hard.
I just that's what I'm saying. I just need a better walk. I'm trying to learn, and I'm reading, and I'm trying to get there because some things are just so hard for me to just really understand. Because I know people be like, well, you know, the God say do this, God said that, but in my mind, I'm like, well, God ain't told all of us to be fools either. Now, like He want us to do the right things to get, you know, walk and make the right decisions. But sometimes some people just things that they say they're gonna do because of what they feel God told them to do or what God's word is like. They go do it seems like unreal. Yeah, it's just like, now he ain't told you to do this. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I think everybody got their own understanding of God and the Bible. I do think that when you get older, right, and you go through things in life, and you start to praying and crying, when you go through those things, right, I do feel like everybody, all y'all probably already have that relationship. You probably just don't really understand it because I do think you have to go through something in order to. Do you have to? But I think you have to go through something in order to get that understanding. But for me personally, I feel like I had to go through some things to, like, you know, when you say, for instance, if something happened, you praying, right? You're like, oh, God bless. But then when you get it, you're like, okay, then that was a lesson for you. So now you know you got to move a different way. You got to do something different. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, people be like, oh, I don't believe in God or whatever, or this and that and the third. I feel like, oh, they said God is like therapy. It don't work for everybody. But I feel like you got to put in the work in order for it to work.
Faith.
You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You gotta do that because just because if I ask God, say, God, I need another job right now, whatever, and I never fill out the application, I almost get a job. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you gotta put the work in, which is what I'm trying to tell people, let people understand. But I feel like everybody had to understand it. And one thing I think that, you know, all our family, they are into the church and whatever, right? But I feel like we, as kids, we got a different understanding of how we should, like they will push you into, like, you should be saved right now, or you should be this and that, right?
No, you can't.
And I feel like y'all had a chance, so let us get our chance. You know what I'm saying? Even though tomorrow is not promised, but I feel like if behind closed doors, I don't have to write a whole paragraph on Facebook to let everybody know that I got a relationship with God. I don't got to do that. I don't got to go in church and do all this. Because I feel like I have my own relationships. I do my stuff behind, you know, however I do it, you know? And I feel like when I started talking, when I started talking to Jason, right, everybody was just telling me, say, like, you know, the Shivers people was bad people, right? They bad, they this and that and third. But I would say this, when I started talking to Jason mama is in the church, right? And we know that certain things you can't do in her house. You do it, whatever you want to do outside, but she never forced that. Like, you can't, Jason, you can't talk to her because she don't, they never force that. She's like, let you be who you are, right? But we know that with her, it's like certain things she gonna accept and certain things she's not gonna accept. But it was never like a force to do something. You get what I'm saying? I think that made me understand, or made me want to understand a little better, because I felt like she could enjoy us and still be saved and didn't worry about if we was being saved or saying that, oh, she can't come around us because we ain't saved. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You saying that you appreciate learning more because
Right.
she didn't push it on you. And I think too, for me, like my understanding with God, I guess my relationship with God, I want to get that feeling when people be like, and kind of, I think Ashley kind of just said that, like when people be like, when sometimes I'd be like, okay, God, tell me, I want to get the right direction. I want to make this right decision. When people be like, well, yeah, God will tell you. I'm like, how am I supposed to know if he told me or not? You know what I'm saying?
The red flags will tell you.
I just want to be at that point or whatever, because again, I don't appreciate people trying. I don't want to misspeak on things, but I do feel like people that know the Bible and they are very educated on what God is and their beliefs and all that stuff, they do tend to just push that on people. And like I said, my walk is my walk and your walk is different.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at with it.
And I want to say that also, just because you read the Bible and know the stories in the Bible, that don't mean that you walk with God.
Mm-hmm.
That's something everybody got to do for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you go to church and you sit inside of church and pay your tithes and all of that's great, but that don't mean you walk with God. All of that is just, that's protocol. That's stuff you should do. That's stuff you do because you want to show the world that I have favor with God. I am a person that is going to spread the word and try to bring other people into Christianity. But just because you do that stuff and you know that stuff, that don't always mean you got a real relationship with God.
But another thing you just had to say that made me think about something. How can you be a Christian and say you're going to spread the word where you scared to be around the people that ain't Christian, that ain't saved?
That's what I'm saying.
Like how can you say,
that's what
I'm trying to teach and guide and lead you, but you say I can't be around y'all because y'all curse or y'all drink or what? I can't even come to the cookout because
the reason why I think, I'm not saying they should be saying that, but I think at the end of the day, these are still human beings who got real feelings and real temptations. So like, I don't know if everybody say that, but I know you probably talking about like our family members who don't want to be in our space because they don't do certain things that we do. So I get what you're saying, but in other people, I would speak like some of my other friends and stuff like that. Like one of my friends, she was just talking about we was talking about God and them, and she was like, I told my aunt, and I don't want to. I'm not saying exactly the way she said it, but long story short, she said her and her aunt was talking about her dating and being with a man, and she said, I told my aunt, I gotta find me a man who's in the church. She's like, because she said, I know me. She said, because I have my walk with God and I'm trying to be, I'm there, but because temptation, I don't know if I could handle somebody who's going the other way, because then I'll get pulled the other way. You get what I'm saying?
I understand that, but if God brought you to lead the word, to tell us the story, you'll be able to do it. You're gonna be able to guide us. You can't
speak on that because you don't know.
I feel like if you see a child that's bad off, and you be like, you know what, I want to help that child, but every time, say for instance, I ain't gonna call it, the girl Jack have, right? And you see her just go on the street, but you in your heart you feel like you should help her. You're gonna continue to try to help her. You're gonna be able to guide her, to give her that guidance, because you feel like she need that help. So you can't just
you thinking differently though, because see your thoughts is, and I just know that because on personal. Your thing about that is you're just basing off of the way we came up on our uncles and aunts who are Christians, and in the way they, and again, this is probably not what they automatically feel, but the way they led us to believe is like they didn't want to be in our space or the things that we were doing because we were sinners. That, to me, that's what I feel, and that's what you're basing what you're saying off of. But I think once I grew up and I started being around different Christians, like they don't think like that, because I have I have friends that who are like Christian people, but like, and we don't think the same way. We don't do the same things, but at the same time, they still my friends. Versus when we grew up or whatever, and our aunts, uncles, or family members who were Christians, the way they kind of like just told us to work, it is almost like, I don't want to sit in your house because you shack it up. You know what I'm saying? I won't come in your house because you shack it up. You ain't married type stuff. That's the way they did. But like, you have other Christians that who are just trying to teach you how to get to where they are. I don't think they do that. They just kind of tell you this how it's supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to do, and thinking like I'm supposed to know this overnight. When I feel like you didn't came in the world knowing exactly how to be the Christian the right way too. So teach me how to be a Christian the right way. But instead, they just kind of force on you, telling you that's what you got to do, type of stuff. I think that's what you're basing your opinions on, because that's what we used to. Because you said when you met Jason mama, like, she's a Christian, but she never did treat you any different because she know you wasn't. She not saying she know, but in her mind, you wasn't a Christian like she was, but at the same time, she ain't never judge you for that. Versus we came up under Christian people who were very judgmental, very heavily opinionated. That's what I think. So that's why you basing your opinions on that.
I guess you said it.
And just also though, like, I'm not everybody's assignment.
Yeah.
Right? So the people or the situations that led me to grow in my faith not gonna be the people in the situations that you gotta go through to get to your faith. So you just have to understand that, you know, you're not everybody's assignment. So when people do that, I mean, they doing what they think is right, like Patronia saying, based off of their experiences with God.
Right.
So it's probably that your personal experiences or whoever is assigned to you is the person that's supposed to bring you closer to or help you to grow in your
I
work.
can see that.
I can honestly say, like, I remember, like, and I would say that when I was like growing up with Christian family or whatever, I just be like, saved people just do all kinds, it's just crazy. Saved people just be doing too much, cause that's all I saw. Like the way they just kind of just. And I know that's probably the way of God. Like, you are supposed to live the right way, but it was like
you live with no joy.
It was just like a fungus, like
not even a fungus, like a cult.
Like I'm talking about to be around. You know what I'm saying? But like like I said, the older I got, and the more I started learning about what it is, I was like, you don't have to be like that. It's just, but that was just their way of doing things, and it's nothing. I'm not knocking them. Yeah, that's the way they do it. But whatever.
Different religions believe.
I agree what you're saying, but I just feel like if you say that, if I tell y'all that God called me to give y'all the word to be there, I can be in your presence and not feel like. I can just be in your presence and not feel a type of way. I just feel that way. I just feel like you should be able to. If y'all my sisters, my friends, and I say, you know what, I'm in the church now, this and that, third, I still could come and visit y'all, be around y'all without feeling like, ugh, I don't want to be around Ashley or Trona because they drink or they do this. I feel like that's crazy. Then you're really not a Christian, because you're supposed to know the word. You're supposed to know how to guide. You're supposed to know these things. You're supposed to know it. If you say that God told you, God called you for it.
I agree with you on that, Vina, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, this is my opinion. I just think that people are people. They're human nature. I understand. They got, so yeah, you got your way. You're Christian. You're doing this right, but at the end of the day, you still human, and you got feelings. So don't they know everybody in their church ain't really saved? Do they know that? How many people in the people church saved?
You can't say that somebody not saved, right? What you can say
everybody in their church don't live the right way.
They're not doing things
in a
Christianly way, but people fall short every day.
I understand, but my point is, if your mom and your dad, if my dad is saved right now, and my dad said he can't be around me because a certain thing I do, then and he's a preacher, and he go to church and to give the word, the people that walk through the door, everybody ain't living the right way. Someone walk through that door is
that's
just like
every
me.
church, though.
But when why you there? Because you said you can't be around your own people because they don't know. So, but you teaching other people. So what's the difference?
I get what you saying. No, I understand.
What is the difference?
So I understand what you saying in that part, but I understand that part.
Because
But what I
still
was
going
just
for themselves.
Yeah.
They still going for themselves.
Still, you are the teacher. You are teaching
I get what
people.
you're saying.
You are teaching other people just like me. So what is the difference of teaching your own people, your daughter, your sister, your brother, versus you teaching these strangers that walk through the door with the hoochie shirts on just like me? What is the
They
difference?
probably feel like if I'm your sister and you see me doing things this certain way, and you have always seen me doing things this certain way, and you still decide to deviate from the path, then I got a closer relationship with you. I don't know nothing about this stranger. So when this stranger come into the church, of course, I'm going to try to bring them into the fold. But you see me all the time, and you know what I'm doing, and you know what I believe, and you see me trying to live right every day or whatever, but you still refuse to go the way I'm going. So
Because you're not teaching me.
but are
You
trying
just
to-
judging
but
me.
are you trying
It's
to
a
listen?
difference if you teaching and judging.
But are you trying to listen?
But do you know if you're not teaching? You just heard me. I ain't say you ever try to teach me anything. You judge me.
Because they see what you doing, so what they thinking is you probably not taking heed of nothing they saying to you or while you around.
But you are
them.
not teaching anything when you're around. So how are you
They
judging?
are showing you. They are trying to show you through their way.
I think,
Nah.
like I said, I think you're basing that off of just your personal experience.
No, that's just life, period. Reverend Smalls cannot get in the pulpit and say that he is a preacher and he can't be around his own daughter if his daughter because his daughter don't know God, but he can teach me.
Everybody don't do
you
that,
can't
though.
do that.
Vina
How you
Baker-
doing that? If I'm not Reverend Smalls
But-
for real, but I'm just saying just use his name because he was a preacher.
Well, you can't worry
But-
about that though, because when
what
it's
I'm
time
saying.
for Reverend Smalls or any reverend to go to make account for everything that they have done in their life, they got to answer for that, not you.
I do understand, but my point is, what is the difference from you teaching your own people
I just told you.
versus
A stranger you don't know nothing about, so you might feel like you can reach them because you don't know where they at in their life. But if you're around me all the time,
But you don't know. I could be around you right now every day, but I don't know where you about in your life with God. I can't tell nobody that. Only person know that is you.
right? But if I'm a Christian and I'm leading I'm leading a flock. Let's say I'm supposed to be living my life in a certain way that would want to draw other people to follow what I'm doing. So if you're a stranger, you don't know nothing about my personal life. And I don't know nothing about yours. So if I'm just being a vessel to give the word of the Lord on this day, it might reach you. But if I'm in your life every day and you don't see me or I don't see what you're doing, I'm just saying that if you my sister, I would want you to follow what I'm doing, because in my mind, you should know that what I'm doing is trying to get you to heaven. So I don't need to know what you're doing. I don't need to know the things that you are doing that's Christianly or not doing that's Christianly. And yes, it's just like the 99 to 1 rule. When you walk out the door 99 times in the right way, somebody probably not going to say nothing to you. But the one time you walk out the door the wrong way, that's when somebody going to be like, oh, you went through the door the wrong way. Come back. Don't do it like that. And so maybe that's what your people or whoever is looking at. The one time you do something wrong, never acknowledging the other 99 times that you actually did something right or something Christ-like.
I guess.
Well, yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
still gonna feel the way I feel.
But you should feel the way you feel, because it's your right to do that. But I just really believe that you not everybody's assignment.
I do agree with that.
So-
I definitely agree with that
And
part.
I don't think you should feel away, because even if they didn't bring you to Christ, some of them strangers that came through the door, they probably brought.
I mean, I don't care if somebody. This is my thing. I'd rather you not judge me, right?
right.
And try to teach me versus judge me. Never taught me anything, never show me,
Right.
but just off the bat, just judge me because you feel like
You're not a Christian.
exactly. You can't do that, and you never try to even show me nothing.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
true.
they thought your parents was showing you or telling you. You know what I mean? Because
I understand, but my thing is, I feel what you're saying, but no.
yeah, that was like.
But anyway, next question. Have you ever mistaken loneliness for love?
Loneliness for love. So I think I've Yeah, maybe like you mean like you're lonely and then you start talking to somebody and then you start feeling like you love them because they feel the void of loneliness.
Yeah, that or
I would just
or
say
if
some
you
more of
tryna
just trying to
get over
find love
because you're lonely.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah,
Something
I think
like
more
that.
so of find love, just
Okay.
like just trying to find love in all the wrong places. Type.
I ain't never felt lonely.
But I don't
I
think
ain't never felt lonely.
I ever got
So I
to the point
can't
where I just
answer
feel
that.
lonely. Like
I ain't never felt lonely. Have you ever felt lonely? In what way? And why?
why? So like, okay, maybe not in the past so much because I always had somebody around, but I do often feel like people don't understand because they look at you and you all put together and you handle everything by yourself and you do it without complaining. But sometimes you when I say lonely, like you don't want to always do things by yourself, like
Yeah.
and not like you want to look at other people's relationships or other people's circumstances and be like, well, dog, why I can't have such and such? Because then you soon realize like that ain't even all what it's supposed to be anyway. Like that ain't all that, but lonely because I mean, sometimes I want to be able to go places with people or like have a companion or like have a helpmate, but I haven't really gotten to a point where I have somebody that can help me and somebody that can like listen to what I'm saying and understand and give me like positive suggestions or feedback. I don't know, maybe because I just keep things to myself and I don't share everything that's going on with me, and maybe that's part of the reason why sometimes I feel lonely. I don't feel like I don't feel like I can share and people will understand where I'm coming from. So that's where the loneliness comes from.
I understand. I feel you, but I don't. But you right, because you know what? Nobody know what you go through but yourself. But,
I don't go through nothing now.
I mean,
My life
not.
is good.
I get what you're saying, but everybody want a companion. I do feel that way. Everybody want somebody to share moments with. I agree.
Correct.
I agree. But yeah, I get you. You trying to?
I told you I don't feel lonely. Like that. I've never feel lonely. I'm telling y'all I think the only thing that can have me depressed and down in the room is
Being broke.
broke. Lonely, I ain't never had a
Well,
feeling.
yeah,
of
I ain't
being
gonna say
lonely.
that I be like I'm cool with.
I don't think I think everybody feel like everybody. I do agree. Everybody need a companion. Everybody want it.
And I got
Everybody
companionship.
want
I've never
companionship.
have not been without companionship.
I think if I didn't have a companion, I think I probably would be, a little lonely too. But sometimes, some people that get a companion be like, yeah, I'm so happy for peace. I'm glad he
But
going.
let me add
But I
that.
tell people all the time,
Yeah.
stop saying that, because when that man go out in the streets, then you gonna be like, darn, he ain't home yet. You gonna wish you never see
No,
those stuff.
you know what? And I will say that too.
But-
'Cause, like, I might feel lonely, but when I see things that go on in other people's lives, and I see what other people have to deal with in certain situations, I be okay with going home and crossing my feet and twinkling my toes. Like I'm okay with being home by myself. I will
agree.
admit that.
I can see that, but let me ask you this right here, because we know each other personally, and I remember you saying something one day, and
Oh Lord, I said some things. A lot of things.
no, it was about companionship or whatever, and I don't think that we people realize the things that they see that can really come to light for real. Cause I remember when you was a little younger or whatever, and you was like, well, I'd rather have no man. I ain't want to have no man. Or, I ain't never gonna get married. I ain't want no man. Like, you used to speak that stuff on yourself. Like, I ain't gonna lie. You used to do that to yourself. I thought about that one day, because I remember when I was younger, I was like, Denisha Green had boobs, and me and Erica was flat chested, and me and Erica wanted those boobs so bad that when I got on, like, oh my God, I asked for these.
No, yeah.
So I feel like sometimes
you do speak.
you
stuff on
speak them things on
Yeah,
yourself,
I do believe I said every time I be like, I'm broke, and my friend be like, don't say that. That is true, y'all. So yeah, you do.
Yeah. So
yeah,
now
but-
I'm not saying, but I'm just letting her know.
But you
Like
right.
sometimes
No,
you gotta
I'm-
watch how you word and say things, because
But I don't say that no more.
I'm glad you don't. But you better say I got a man now. I'm gonna get a man or something.
I don't say
Because
quite like
I'll
that,
never
but
forget, Baba G came in that house and told us, when you ask God for something,
You will give it.
you gotta be clear what you want. You gotta say exactly what you
She
want.
said pray specifically for what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I should have been more like be able to deal with the consequences of what I'm asking.
Just be like, one day I'm gonna get married. One day I wish to get married. I hope to get
you
married.
know what? I don't
But
even
yeah, we
want
were
that. Back
younger.
then, she didn't really want that. That's just what it is. She
Yeah.
didn't want.
I don't know. I don't know that.
So
I can't
much
say that because
marriage that didn't go well. So much. I have so many non-examples of a good marriage.
But
okay.
still, even Ashley say, even if Ashley said she didn't want that, Ashley always been a one woman man. Like she ain't never been out here having multiple boyfriends. I don't know why she even been saying
Yeah,
that.
that's what she used to say. And I'm like, girl, why you
Because I
keep
wasn't
saying
with
that?
the right person.
But you know what? I also
Sure, it was that.
I also see about people because I remember this one thing. For real, I remember this. These things I remember.
Everything.
I remember
Everything.
my cousin.
Elephant.
No, one of my cousins. I'm gonna say her name. Tip Bailey had got her a brand new house. She put it on Facebook and she was happy about her house. And a girl that I know was like, Tip get a house this age. Why would Tip get a house? Why would Tip get a house this age? She was all the time get it. She was single. Her mom. They was talking bad about her. I was like, well, you know what? She did the right thing. Got her house right.
Right.
That person would have got a house bigger than hers and in a different city. You know what I'm saying? But you was down on her like she did something wrong. People always talk negative on things that they don't have or they ain't got going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
No, that's true.
I'm just saying.
Back then,
So
I
you-
probably was low key jealous that other people.
I'm just saying. I'm saying without saying. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to reel some
Yeah,
things in
I'm
because
real.
I'm just being real now.
true.
Because I remember that. I just remember she called me. Was like, "Oh, you see Tip?" I mean, I was like, "Well, Tip did the right thing," and she was just going in on her. Like, you know what? I mean, I feel like she did the right thing. She grown.
I
She did her
can
kids.
that.
Yeah. So just about the things that we say.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Thank Lord for growth.
And look at me gonna bring stuff up. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
it's okay.
But
I
I'm
don't
just
care.
saying. What is something that you used to pray for and you are grateful today that God did not give it to you? He did not answer it.
What am I grateful for?
Them nights, them days I used to be in there worrying about that man. Thank you, God. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll just have to
Thank
say
you. That's the only thing.
Like,
Certain relationships.
Back then, when I wanted certain relationships to work, I look at them now and I'm like, I'm glad it didn't.
Thank you. That's what I could say. That's the only thing, though.
Really?
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
The only
I
thing-
would say,
Everything else, I'm grateful for.
well, I would say me probably. I'm glad that because I had my kids at a young age, I wasn't given I live comfortable now, like financially, I'm comfortable, right? But back when it was just me and my kids and just coming up, I'm glad I didn't have a lot because it made me appreciate what I to manage what I have and to appreciate what I got. So if I was living back in 2013, let's just say with the salary I have now, I would never have learned how to manage my money to live within my means. So I think I'm glad that when I was back there begging for money, Lord, please just give me I just need $1,000 more this month or whatever. But I wasn't getting it. Because back then I wouldn't know what to do with it. I would have messed it up. So I think me just financially, not giving me everything back then.
I can see that.
But now I can get whatever because I know how to handle it. So, just
That makes
open the
sense.
door, let it flow.
You trying
I so just
No.
just relationships really, because that's the only thing I used to always worry about. Like I don't got no marriage and relationship, but I'm glad that God didn't make none of them, let them.
Because you probably would have married the wrong person.
Right.
Yeah, that was the only thing that I really was so. And that's another thing too. I'm so happy that I'm not even at that point. I used to really be heavily focused on having companionship, having a man, having this and that and third. And now it's just all about just being. I just gotta be comfortable. I just gotta feel good. I gotta get up. That's why I went and refreshed my house. I gotta get up and feel good. And I think I was reading. I think Deion Sanders said that he was if you look good, you play good. If you play good, something in those words. I can't remember the whole thing, but it was like something like if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. If you play good, they pay good. So I just need to make sure that's what.
All right, Deion Sanders.
So yeah, he had said all that, and I was just like, I always like live by that. It was a man had told me this. I was working him back. I was working at Wells Fargo, and I came over. I was like, you dress like every single day, which we all dress like. He was like, yeah, Deion Sanders, and he was telling me about that, and I was looking it up, and I was like, I live by that. I was like, you know what, that's true. Like, that's why when I get up, in the morning, I try to make sure that I'm looking like I need to look and all that stuff like that, because make sure my day is going to go well, because you know what I'm saying, everything is on point. So, like, I think for me, it's just like, I'm just grateful that God has just, put me in a good space, and I'm not worried about what somebody else got, because like I said, I did that too. I remember I would always be looking on social media and seeing this person got this and see. And even my mom had said that one time. She was like, you always saying how this girl got this person, how this man got this person. You don't know what these people going through to even keep these people. And so I'm glad that God didn't, bless these so-called relationships that I just wanted to make sure that they work so bad, because he got me in a place now where, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying? I go to bed peaceful. Ain't nobody calling me.
Right.
My friends didn't text me at 12 o'clock at night, send me no screenshot because my man on Facebook with a picture with another woman.
Right.
Ain't nobody sending me no, group message. We ain't in a group message and saying, oh, well, you talk to such and such that night, because, they say he talk. I don't have to worry about that. I sleep peacefully knowing, like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
I agree, though. Those...
It's great,
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Do y'all think forgiveness help you move forward with how you deal with people today?
Yes.
Forgiveness?
Yes. I think you should just forgive people. You ain't got to be friends with them, and you ain't got to whatever, but that's just something you ain't got to carry with you no more.
So how about forgiving a person that never apologized to you?
Oh, I don't care. You ain't got to apologize. Me personally, whatever. Because once I stop dealing with you, it's over with anyway.
Okay, so I'll just be honest. Like, I was really big on people like apologize to me, because I do feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to apologize for the wrong. But, I know that some people don't always, they're not willing to accept their wrongdoings. And so with that being said, in order for me to, like I say, feel good and get my day moved on, I just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like when you hinder on like old things, it could just weigh you down.
That's right.
And I'm just not in a place in my life where I'm trying to be weighed down about nothing. I don't want to be carrying none of that stuff. I just want to be like, I literally pray just to get up and have a good day. Like I literally do that because, like I said, I'm a worrier, and I can get distressing and getting to thinking about all type of stuff that just it'll put me in a deep hole, and I don't never want to get to that place where I'm depressed or I'm just frustrated because of just my thought process. So I just pray. I pray not to dream like that. I'm serious. I pray not to dream bad dreams. I pray to have good days, and I pray that I can just forgive and forget. I don't want to have to. I don't want, because think about it. The people that you be so heavily mad with about doing you wrong, they don't even care. So they living really good, and so
no, you're not.
Well, I don't know, but it looks like they just having them a time of their life. They not worried, and so if I'm up there frustrated because you did, I feel like, but you did me something wrong. You didn't apologize. You're not acknowledging it, but you going on like nothing. I'm the one stressed out and worried about that because you're not worried about it.
I agree, but I just think it depends on the person. I feel like like with me, if a friend did me something wrong or whatever, I feel like after I didn't tell you how I really feel and I got all my stuff out, then I'm okay if you don't ever apologize to me. Like, I'm okay with that because I say what I had to say or whatever about the situation.
That's for a relationship you're not trying to keep.
But either keep or not. I don't care, because I remember when there was an incident that happened, and I picked the phone up and called both my friends. They're like, hey, I ain't know you feel the type of way about me. What's going on? X, Y, and Z. One person was like, hey, we friends and we gonna make this work. And another friend was like, just in denial about the whole thing. You get what I'm saying? But think about it. If I sit back and think about it, be honest with myself, I know exactly. I had red flags the whole time about their friendship or their relationship. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But not being mature enough to understand it and saying like, hey, this person ain't really for you anyway. So I can accept that you did just what you did and act the way you act because that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? I can be okay with that, and it can help me move. I will definitely move on, but I'll never have a friendship or a relationship with you like that ever again. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those type of people that do you bad and think that I don't need Ashley because what I'm need Ashley for? I'm better than Ashley. I ain't got Ashley gonna need me first.
Right.
God gonna bring you back to they're gonna bring them back to you. In whichever way. I don't care if it's a phone conversation to see, oh Ashley, you know this about the school or whatever. I don't care. But in some way they're gonna try to reach out to you or be around you, or when they're in your space, they're gonna be uncomfortable, not you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you can always look like the bigger person and do you know, I can feel like I can not deal with you and not like you and still be in your space or whatever. I won't never like really deal with people like that, certain people like that again. But
Right.
even if they do apologize, I still wouldn't care. I wouldn't probably even want it at that point.
Right. So yeah, I think when you brought that up, it just made me think like, if you a friend or a family member, like immediate family member, then more than likely you gonna feel compelled to apologize. But if it's somebody that you don't care about losing, then yeah, the apology probably ain't even gonna come anyway. So yeah, in that case, you just let it go and move on.
Yeah, if you know certain people, like I got certain friends that I know that I got one friend I know that she do not even know how to be a good friend. Even though she might think she is, but she don't know how to be a friend. Because it's like don't know how to be supportive, don't know how to be a friend, and thinking that if somebody call you and check on you like they being aggravated. No, if I ain't talked to my friend like 5 weeks or something, I'm like, hey, you good? Or just talk to you, just have a little conversation. But it's not that I'm aggravated, but I realize that you don't even know how to be a friend. You don't know that's a friendship. That's what that person doing. So you get okay with that attitude they're giving you, so you like, okay, whatever. I know she won't even apologize because she don't know how to be a friend. She don't got that mindset to be a friend. You know?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump looking at me.
Nothing. I'm just looking at you.
But yeah. So out of all this stuff, what lesson did y'all learn in life, relationships, like this period?
Life is a lesson period. You know, like you just learn every day. Like I feel like at this point, I mean, because we just having a conversation, so we don't really got to learn nothing from that. But I think if you would just say life lessons, I would have to say of my 40 years of living, I just learned to like love on myself more and just stop worrying about trying to be a people pleaser. And I don't even know if I'm a people pleaser, but I do feel like I have been trying to be there for everybody all the time, and they don't always give that to me. And so I think for me is just to put myself first.
Mm-hmm. And for me, I would say, I just stop worrying about things I can't control. Like whatever I have influence on or whatever I can control, that's what I focus on. If it's out of that circle, then just let somebody else deal with it.
Let somebody else do it?
Yeah, let somebody else do it. I'm gonna just worry about what I can do.
Right. I just feel like our past basically was a lesson for everybody, you know. It just teach you where you was and where you at now to show you the better you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And how you could be your best you know, moving forward, you know. I feel like everything is going to be a lesson. It depends on how you take everything. If you take everything with a grain of salt, like you're never gonna learn. You always be that same person, that same situation. You know what I'm saying?
In a loop.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I agree. Charlie, you want to leave off with something?
No, what you doing, girl? You go ahead and wrap this up like you always. Well, I'm leaving off with anything. Come on now.
Yeah, you gonna give us a Deion Sanders quote or something? I mean, gee, oh my God.
That is what y'all need to live by every day. In the words of Deion Sanders, also known as Coach Prime.
Yeah. Prime time.
Prime is it prime time or Coach Prime?
Coach Prime time. It's all
Coach
Deion
Prime,
Sanders.
prime time is when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you play good. And when you play good, y'all know the rest.
You get paid good.
You get paid
That's right.
good. All right, with that being said, we're out. I need everybody to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Peace.